Just moments away as we've arrived at Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today, our draw features two from the AFC between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And we're underway from Everbank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Off the play fake, Williams. Buying some time right. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
First down now, ball at the 33. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
To throw, Williams. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the teeth, and he's ready to send this flying. Here comes Williams on the return. Making some progress here. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Chargers.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
He'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, it did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd down now. Jaguars going nickel.
Here we go.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here.
Cooking up, Dragon 60. Ready.
They're going to throw for it on fourth. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
What is going on?
Working from the gun, Williams. On the move, headed right. The Chargers get home, and they drop him. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
First down, Williams to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. To throw is Williams. To the left, that's pulled in by Golden. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
What is up? Blue.
Running right with Mitchell. And he doesn't get this one very far. Down to only about the 18. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, hey, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. We're back for the start of the second quarter. Jaguars have the ball and a chance at 6. Again, this is Mitchell. Not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Williams with a quick pass and a fly. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
At the 7-yard line.
What is up? Hey, volunteer.
Mitchell up the middle. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the 1st and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Williams from the gun. Has it down close. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take a 13-0 lead. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting pieces together.
McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Here comes Williams on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line.
Ready.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. He has this down to the 34. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
19 tight. 70 ranges. Jeanette, ready.
Throwing on 1st down, Willis. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. They go play action. Here's Willis. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Buffalo 18, 2, nothing, 70 Lions.
They'll air it out on 3rd. TK complete. And that is a Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers start to fight back with their first points of this game.
Ryan Fitzgerald on for the extra point.
Fitzgerald up and good on the PAT. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Chargers 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts at the 9. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. First call here coming for the shotgun. Williams will look to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He'd been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right, the team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Escapes the pocket. He finds Tigger Cockrell for the grab. And they had somebody there for that quick stop, but a nice completion gets him across midfield. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Now Williams. Dumped off to his running back. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. So with that, Brock, we've now reached our 2-minute warning. It's the Jags in front here at Everbank.
At the 19-yard line.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Now here's Williams. Okonkwo brings it in. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Mitchell takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow their lead just before halftime. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just a machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Chimere DK on the return. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out.
First down at their own 26-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Let's go now. 19 charges.
Shotgun snap now to Willis. Big strike here to Williams. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Gain of 26 yards there. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already into enemy territory.
Stephanie.
Here's Willis. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ready, set.
Following the near interception, this is 2nd and 10.
69. Ready.
Willis to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
19. Come 19. Come 79 Broncos. Ready.
Willis. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. That's complete right side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Ready? 19 type. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
From the red zone on 1st. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. One last play before the break.
60 Bobcat. Get it? 19, 18. 18, Pioneer.
The final throw before the break. Intercepted in the end zone. Azeez, how about this? I think that's going to be a safety. Talk about a couple of wild twists over the course of just one play. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flight. Here comes Williams on the return. Things going well so far. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Quick slant into the hands of Mooney. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now toss it to Etienne. And that's not what the offense started with. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on. Brock, add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Working from the gun. It's Willis. It's on target to Williams. They'll have the 1st down and even more. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now Willis leading his offense up to go for 2.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And that play reaches the end zone. The 2-point conversion slings the lead down to 4.
Chargers 17.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Calvin Austin on the return. He dodged the tackle. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. He's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see him right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there and netted some positive yards.
He gets it again to Mitchell. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
First down from the 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw, Williams. That's Bateman making the play along the sideline. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Short pass brought in, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That's right.
Handoff here to Mitchell. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Now, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Williams from the gun. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback goes man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
3rd down, here's Williams. Taken in by Bellinger. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They pass on that long field goal. Would have been 55 yards. They're going for this. Looking to throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Chargers get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
This one gets to the 22. Brought down by Quay Walker.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Ready. 70 line. Ready.
Inside handoff goes to Etienne. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. As he's out Shire that time on the tackle. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Mustang 19. Deputy. 18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18.
Here's Willis to the air. Chased out to his right. This throw's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the result's 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Panther 11, Panther 11, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
Desperation time here. Throw caught by his running back. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. That's going to be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock. That keeps this drive moving.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
19 Charger, 19.
Here's Etienne on 1st down. And give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's 2nd down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, he got a nice little gain on the ground.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd.
Bronco 80, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Willis now. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Okay, I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now.
Come on, come on. Let's go. 60 Bison, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Willis looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
70, 19 Cardinal, 70 Lions, Dragon 60. Ready.
From the gun, Etienne gets it. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Throwing is Willis. Forced out to his right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
He'll throw it. That one's caught by Mooney. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run, Etienne. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 4th quarter lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. One after is good by Fitzgerald. And the Chargers push their lead to 3. On now is Cook to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Crucial mistake late. It's intercepted. And he's making a house call. Pick 6 for Los Angeles. Defense getting in on the farm block with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say you can't play fast, but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Williams. Buys time, rolling right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Gain of 10 yards. And the Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Williams to throw on 1st. Right side and into the hands of Bateman. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Williams. Jump off caught by his back. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on 1st down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Hits him on the out route. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars gotta score in a hurry. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air on 3rd and long. It's complete. Play made by Bateman. And they're going to down by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs. 1st down throw by Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. He's off to the races. Hits the 20. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Ready?
He finds him right side. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
60 Maverick. Here we go. Cut. Ready?
Well, there's another one to Williams. That is an LA touchdown. The Chargers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Fitzgerald up and good on the PAT. And the Chargers take a 3-possession lead.
Jaguars 21.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. The left side is napped by Bateman. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. We've set it down from the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Williams on 1st down. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing again on 2nd, Williams. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. And gets 16 yards on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Again, it's Williams. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down at that 17-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
17-yard line.
Biggie Angels! Biggie Angels! Biggie Angels!
First down, Williams. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get it back to within 2 possessions. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars cut the lead down to 10.
Jaguars 28.
Time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And this kick is covered by the Chargers, and that should salt this game away. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
79, Panther 11, Panther 11.
They're going to pass it here. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. So the Chargers take this one on the road. Brock, I know you know this firsthand. All the way across the country.